thing. In the beginning, there was only chaos, a vast formless void swirling with primordial energy. Out of this nothingness, the very first beings emerged. Gaia, the earth, rose up, a foundation for all life to come. And above her, Uranus, the starry sky, stretched out, vast and majestic. Together, they were the parents of the first generation of gods, the mighty Titans. These 12 beings were colossal personifications of nature's raw power. There was Oceanus, the great river that encircled the world, and Hyperion, the Titan of light. But the most cunning and ambitious of them all was Cronus, the youngest son. Uranus, fearing the power of his children, imprisoned some of them deep within Gaia. Heartbroken and enraged, Gaia conspired with Cronus. She forged an unbreakable sickle and gave it to him. With this weapon, Cronus overthrew his father, seizing control of the cosmos. He became the new king, ruling alongside his sister wife Rhea, but a prophecy hung over his head, a chilling echo of his own deeds. Just as he had dethroned his father, one of his own children would one day dethrone him. Terrified by this fate, Cronus devised a monstrous plan. Each time Rhea gave birth, he would swallow the infant whole, imprisoning them within his own body. Ischia, Demeter, Ida Hades, Poseidonol were consumed by their paranoid father, But when her 6th child was born, Rhea could bear it no longer. She hid the baby away on the island of Crete and tricked Cronus into swallowing a stone wrapped in swaddling clothes instead. That child, raised in secret by nymphs, was named Zeus. When Zeus grew to manhood, he was ready to fulfill the prophecy. He disguised himself and served Cronus a potion that forced him to disgorge his siblings, now fully grown. United at last, Zeus and his brothers and sisters declared war on their father and the Titans who supported him. With the Titanomachi, a cataclysmic 10-year conflict that shook the very foundations of the universe. The Olympians, led by Zeus, fought from their stronghold on Mount Olympus. The Titans, led by Cronus, battled from Mount Othrys mountains, were torn from their roots and hurled as weapons. The sea boiled, and the sky itself seemed to crack under the strain of their divine fury. Victory for the Olympians was not guaranteed. They needed allies. On Gaia's advice, Zeus freed the Cyclopes and the 100-handed ones, powerful beings whom Uranus had also imprisoned. In gratitude, the Cyclopes forged incredible weapons for the gods. For Zeus, they crafted the thunderbolt, a weapon of immense power. For Poseidon, a trident that could command the seas and shake the earth. And for Hades, a helmet of invisibility that allowed him to move unseen. Spitzer, with these new weapons and powerful allies, the tide of the war turned. Zeus, wielding his thunderbolts, finally overwhelmed Cronus. The defeated Titans were cast down into Tartarus, the deepest, darkest pit of the underworld, to be imprisoned for all time. With the Titans vanquished, the new gods divided the cosmos among themselves. They drew lots to decide their domains. Zeus, as the victor and leader, became the undisputed king of the gods, ruler of the sky and wielder of the thunderbolt. Zimbel was the eagle, a majestic bird that soared through his realm. He was a complex figure, dispenser of justice, a protector of kings, but also famously unfaithful. His many affairs causing endless drama on Olympus. His brother Poseidon drew the sea. He became the lord of all oceans, rivers, and springs. With his mighty trident, he could stir the calmest waters into a raging tempest or create new islands with a single strike. Who was known for his tempestuous and unpredictable nature, much like the seas he ruled. His sacred animals were the horse, which he was said to have created from sea foam, and the dolphin. He resided in a magnificent golden palace beneath the waves, surrounded by sea nymphs and mythical creatures. The final brother, Hades, drew the underworld, the realm of the dead. He was not the god of death itself, that was Thanatos, but the somber king who presided over the spirits of the departed. Tindum was a grim, shadowy place, separated from the world of the living by the river Styx. Hades himself was a stern and unpitying ruler, but also a just one. He was rarely seen on Olympus or in the world above, preferring the quiet gloom of his domain. His iconic symbols were his three-headed guard dog, Cerberus, and the bident, a two-pronged staff. And then there was Hera, Zeus's sister and wife, the queen of the gods. As the goddess of marriage, women, and childbirth, she was a powerful and regal figure. She was often depicted as majestic and solemn, holding a scepter and wearing a crown. Her sacred animals were the peacock, its tail feathers said to be the eyes of her servant Argus, and the cow. However, Hera is perhaps most famous for her jealousy. Enraged by Zeus's constant infidelity, she relentlessly persecuted his mortal lovers and their children, her wrath becoming a central theme in many myths. These were the rulers of the new divine order, but the relationship between the gods and the burgeoning race of mortals was often fraught with conflict. The gods demanded worship and respect, but they were also fickle, meddling in human affairs for their own amusement or personal vendettas. One of the most famous stories of this complex relationship is that of Prometheus, a titan who had sided with the Olympians in the war. Prometheus was a trickster and a craftsman, credited with shaping the first humans from clay, saw that humanity was weak, living in cold, dark caves, and he took pity on them. In an act of profound defiance against Zeus, who wished to keep mortals powerless, Prometheus stole fire from the god's hearth on Mount Olympus. He hid a glowing ember in a hollow fennel stalk and brought it down to earth. Fire transformed the human condition. It provided warmth, protection from predators, and the ability to cook food and forge tools. It was the spark of civilization. Zeus was incandescent with rage at this betrayal, whose punishment for Prometheus was horrific and eternal. He had the Titan chained to a rock in the Caucasus Mountains, where every day an eagle, an emblem of Zeus himself, would come and feast on his liver. Because Prometheus was immortal, his liver would regenerate overnight, only for the torment to begin anew the next day. This brutal cycle of suffering was meant to be a terrifying warning to any who would dare to defy the king of the gods. But the story of Prometheus also highlights the enduring spirit of rebellion and the quest for knowledge. He is celebrated as a champion of humanity, a figure who sacrificed himself for our enlightenment. His story, like so many others from Greek mythology, wrestles with timeless themes. We see the brutal struggle for power in the Titanomachy, the inescapable hand of fate in the prophecy against Cronus, and the spirit of rebellion in Prometheus's gift of fire. These ancient stories have never truly left us. They are woven into the very fabric of Western culture. Their influence is everywhere, from the planets in our solar system named after Roman equivalents of the gods, to the epic poems of Homer, the tragedies of Sophocles, and the philosophical dialogues of Plato. Artists throughout history, from the Renaissance masters to modern filmmakers, have drawn inspiration from these powerful narratives of gods, monsters, and heroes. The myths of ancient Greece are more than just old stories. They are a foundational part of our shared cultural heritage, a dramatic and enduring exploration of what it means to be powerful, to be mortal, and to be human. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into mythology, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more stories from the ancient world.